Oh, hello, hello, hello. It's been a while, guys. In like 4 months, almost to the day. You're definitely gonna have to let me know if there's any teething issues, because there definitely will be. I've changed a lot of stuff since last time. Is the music too loud on this one as well? Uses your PC rocks opening all these WoWs. I'll show you. Graphics 0. I've got quite possibly the lowest settings ever. They are not all on max. My PC would melt if they were all on max. Absolutely. So this is all EU realms at the bottom. I'll be playing with them in a minute. This is all America at the top. Mic gain is high. I tested it all out the other day and I found my mic to be really low, but let me just how about that? I've just turned it down a bit. Yeah, sorry guys, there was always going to be teething issues. Got a new mic and everything since last time. Much better, thank you. This is my engineering, basically the only profession worth doing at the moment. Trying to get some of these made. 700 gold each, you can't argue with that. Buy some mats. Do sometimes get some FPS issues when we're doing 7 WoWs at once. I'm afraid, but there's not a lot I can do about that while I'm streaming at the same time as well. Price on this just never seems to drop. Every other material's dying. And that Kazgarite's just remained consistent since the start of the expansion. I need to check. I sell the highest rank capacitors and just use the thingy ones. So it's the best tool to use varies from time to time. Like we're on that today. So I'm just doing my basic gold making on the American realms at the top. And on the European realms, I'm just going to start picking up some of this. I'll pick up some more of this transmog that I talked about in my last Road to Billion Gold video. I've done this before on stream. We're just literally going through, finding the cheapest ones, buying them up, relisting them higher, and rinse and repeat this process over several months. Sequins on here. These are Russian realms. I'll do those off stream because I'm not shutting everything down to do it. Blackrock and Ragnaros. Hello, Hunter. And I've already started selling these. I've not been greedy, I've just been listing these at 50k and I've still been selling I don't know how much profit I've actually made on them, or profit or loss or whatever, but you're not supposed to be making it at this point in the audit already. How many hours do you usually fit in per day managing WoW goal making? I wish I could fit in a lot more, but not a lot. I've literally got home from work, sorted the stream out, I'm streaming, I'm going to bed and then going back to work. You just don't get enough time to, but sort of 3 to 4 hours a day maybe. Obviously more on my days off. It's just time. I just wish I could just do it all day. Right, so the one on Aegwyn's gone. The Blackrock. I think this is where my eyes are just getting worse and worse every time I go to the opticians, because I'm just looking at these tiny wows all the time. Name that item again already. Hello, Hunt. Those. Yeah, I'm really surprised that these really can't be as many people playing, because the amount of these transmogs coming into the market, there's not masses and masses of them at all. These are going to be quite reasonably easy markets to control in a lot of these. 82-inch 8K monitor, problem solved. That, Amphius, sounds like a really good tax write-off to me. I mean, I don't know how. I suppose you could put that under expenses, couldn't you? Can't really say out. Yeah, the problem's not the screen size, it's where to put it. I have a massive table as it is, a huge table. Like, this table must be like 1.5 meters by 0.5 meters. It's huge. Name that. See what happens. I'm so easily distracted. $3K, so that's really at the top limit of what I'm willing to pay. Maybe you've even left those ones. I'm not going any higher though. We'll move on to the next item. That's there. Paying too much. Oh, they're nearly done. So, like 146 of these. 150 is about the upper limit. 150 available in the whole region is the upper limit of about what point where I want to get involved in markets. Any higher than that, and there's just too many of them. There's too much messing about. Isandra, I'm back on Ragnaros. Create 40 of these extra, just from the resourcefulness. Not too bad. Really annoying pricing. By the lot. The way it's staggered. Oh. The weapons are quite easy to buy loads of them, but Blizzard the really annoying thing of making the well, all the armor cosmetics are unique and all the weapons aren't, and it just means inventory management, millions of uniques. Just really, really annoying. Where we go next? Zul'jin. I remember what Zul'jin's linked to. I'm rusty, I can't remember what every server's linked to anymore. I used to be able to do them all. Got lazy since Dragonflight's come out and I've just come in engineering for gold. Right, what do we need? 140 of those. Put them. We got profit each. No argue with that. Yeah, look, unique. It's a horrible, horrible thing to see. I swear Blizzard just does it to... Blizzard just does it to wind me up. I barely want to touch any of that armor cosmetic now because it just makes everything a hassle. Oh. Blackmore and Ammon. Of course, they're both from the same. Sales aren't going very well on the American realm today. Do you use inspiration or multi-crafting profession item on engineering? It depends. I've got inspiration there and multi-crafting there, and I switch between them depending what I'm crafting. Sometimes even crafting the same item, like the act-like capacitors, which one's best changes. I just switch between them both. As to which is best. Especially when you're doing like I'm doing, where you're selling the rank 3s and just using the rank 2s in your own crafting. It can make a big difference. What initially got you into WoW goal making? It was getting a Brutosaur in BFA. I had no interest in goal making before that. I did it. I got it. I just never stopped and went back. Lead fist. Buff mode. Spot on so. Blade fist. Inert. It. Down. I think that'll do us there. Some of these are getting put 30 gold still. People just don't know what stuff can sell for. Yeah, I just carried on and on and on and just keep making more and more gold, and there's absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. I'm never going to use all this gold for anything, but you know, it's what you find fun in the game, isn't it, I suppose? Some people push Mythic Plus, some people raid, and then some people cancel scan all day. And then some people do some really stupid stuff with the economy. Going. Do that, but it does feel good. Keep doing it, yeah. You just do what you enjoy, don't you? I wish I had time to raid and stuff again. Everything's time, isn't it? This was the... Yep. Lost myself again. Don't knows. Love those. When you're paying these prices for stuff, it's just like it's impossible to not make gold out of it. Especially when you jack these prices up a little bit in a few. Made an extra 33 of those from resourcefulness. Off the side. Those are usual engine. Yeah, I was really surprised on how engineering turned out this experience. PC doesn't like 6 wows on streaming at 6. I'm going to send the rank 3s. Find them. They're going to get sold. I'll use the rank 2s to make the... Kidding me. Noise gate is also set up. Are you hearing like the clicking and stuff as well then? Banked a lot of those call for your shoulders when you said we should. Yeah, the price on them now is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm selling them. I'm getting sales of like 500k on some of them. I mean, it's transmog, so it's going to be slow selling, but it's definitely going to have been a good money maker in the long term. I'm miles now. Haircut's definitely not. Agree with the amount of gold, but not with the haircut for sure. No keyboard clicks ahead, but missed. When I'm messing around with the other day, my main problem was I do click a lot and you can hear it all. When you're doing it yourself, it's not the same as when you're actually doing things properly. How are you liking the new Dragonflight? Amazing. I think most people have a problem with the competition on the auction house. Not a lot we can do about that. That's sort of couldn't have such an in-depth profession system without a region-wide. Prices would be ridiculous. It's because I'm talking a bit. Is it still cutting out like crazy, as in this sentence? It's sometimes I just mumble to myself and I don't speak clear enough. I think I have the problem. Still getting used to it. Though I have lowered the settings, like Mampius said, which help out a bit well now. Oh, we've got Thrawn in the room as well. Thrawn's come to play today. Where's we up to, guys? I think that'll do for that one. Quite a lot of these, so I don't want to overinvest. That's Russian. French. Don't really like buying 7 unique items so cheap. How much I like Shoal. Notifications. I was wondering, based in the UK. I am based in the UK. Play on the EU and the US. For Dragonflight, I decided first time have my main crafting US. Of course, the price of all the engineering stuff on the EU is better now than it is US, but that problem with buying all this just sat in your mail and you can't do anything about it. What you end up doing is listing them one at a time on the auction house, or I can go and chuck them in the build bank. That means walking all the way over there, and that's, it doesn't sound like a lot of effort, but when you're doing that across servers, it is. Take them all up. Take all those ones off as well, and that'll only because it's shoulders and it's a bit easier. Still cutting out, brother. Let's bin that completely for now. Is it any better now? Perfect. You're probably going to hear the keyboard now because I've just turned it off, turned the suppression off, but it's better than you hearing nothing, I suppose. Let's just grab the rest of these. and then we'll make those scopes. Now, I could post these, of course, and they would have a chance of selling, but I'd rather just wait until... Oh no, someone's already nicked those ones. That'll do me, I don't want to go any higher on those. We'll move on to those, but let's sort these scopes out first. Oh, but I bought all that stuff, I did buy it, didn't I? I bought a load of stuff for that. Did I not just buy a load of Awakened Orders a minute ago? Can you show engineering knowledge, please? Yeah, 1 second. I did, I just bought loads of these a minute ago, I'm sure. Yeah, I did. What have I done with them? Oh, I don't know. They'll show up in the mail in a couple of days, I'm sure. So it's 137 gold using the multi-craft, or 94 using that. So we'll use that. I do still have a... I think that's going to expire in a minute, I'm sure. So this is my engineering knowledge. This whole thing's nearly maxed out. So that's nearly, what, 140 points there. And then I've got another 60 points there, so I've got nearly 200 points in engineering in total. And there's nothing on anything else. But this is the only profession I really concentrate on now. Which I think is actually the best thing to do in Dragonflight, and just concentrate on one. Your TLDR for a new gold maker on how to not lose millions. Don't spend any... Well, you can't lose gold if you don't spend it, can you? Would you mind giving me 100k to buy his token? Nope. I'm sorry, I do not give away. Right, let's move on to this. 30 gold for the staff on Garrosh. Let's go, go, go. Before somebody else nicks it. Just kidding. Trying to farm more, but it's really hard. Yeah, everything's getting so much more competitive at the moment, but the herbalism and mining is definitely the place to be. For the majority of the player base. Oh no, somebody beat me to the staff. 30 gold staff. What was that you pressed on your engineer tune for multicraft? Do you mean no? It's just a profession tool. So I've got one with inspiration, which is a rank 5 inspiration with an inspiration enchant. And then I've got a rank 5 with multicraft with a resourceful enchant. And that's basically it. And you just bounce between whichever is Whichever is best for whatever it is you're crafting. Right, so we missed out on the 30 gold one, unfortunately. Where's Alakir? Alakir is Burning Legion. And Hyjal again. What's with Hyjal? Why is everyone getting all transmog on Hyjal? And Burning Legion, it's the same servers. Look, it was the same on that one as well. It's the same servers where people are farming this stuff. Cat breaking in when? They're around somewhere. You, my friend, have a good memory. One of them's got into the habit of just sitting on the keyboard now whenever you're trying to... Whenever you're trying to do anything in game. And that's really what I don't want now. Yeah, I like cats. They're just loving and low maintenance, which is... Now would be a good time to insert ads. I do not think so. YouTube trying to make me put ads in, guys. What do we think about that? Good day, Alex. How are you doing? So you can see the difference there. When it's not unique, it just all piles up in your bags. It's just so much easier than having it clogging up your mail. We're picking up a bit on the sales now, getting up to 300k. I can literally just spam here and just sit here and spam this post. It's easy. I've got a load of cloth to sell. It's only because I did all my transmutes yesterday, so I've just got shed loads of this to clear out. Oh no, it's actually clearing out quite nicely. That is actually nearly gone. That stuff sells so quick. It's disappointing we got that bug. And I think the bug has only just been fixed this patch. Because that did have a massively negative effect on those markets. They would have been absolutely ridiculous otherwise. I love the new profession system, just wish the profession gear had more depth. But we just have to see it as they're just getting better and better at this sort of thing. So like we got the legendaries in Shadowlands, which was like the first attempt at having like a real endgame system, I would say, for professions. And now we've got a step up from that, which is why, as much as it's not perfect, we don't want to moan too much, because we want to encourage Blizzard to carry on doing what they're doing, which is actually giving us some attention on the professions. But a lot of the player base is obviously whining about this. Like if you go on the WoW forums, they're just absolutely screaming about professions. So ideally we don't want to be doing the same, because we didn't know you can use a macro for posting with keybinds. Where is it? It's just a normal TSM macro. So this item is quite a rare cloak. There's only 82 of it in the entire EU, so I'm quite happy to buy buy them up at 2,000 gold each. I'm not buying at that price though. There's one on Exodar as well. One on Eridar. I'm not getting very far on getting these scopes made, am I? Right, I'm going to sit and wait now so I can make these scopes, because otherwise they're never going to get made. And I don't have any rank 3 scopes at the moment, I don't think, which is outrageous. I've only got the crappy scopes. If I choose to invest time in professions rather than raiding or mythic, I should see a better return. Let them whine. Yeah. And that's the thing, it's those that are putting the time into it, and that's what they're not seeing. It's not like we whine because we don't get heroic or mythic raid gear. So 148, 146 gold loss with multi-craft. But nearly 1,000 gold profit at craft, so 234 watts, that's going to be about 200. Did I get rid of those rank 3s? Yeah. That's going to be about 200k in profit. Which is nice. And that number, as far as I'm aware, figures this out from auction house values as well. So my profit margins are actually much higher than that, because I don't pay anywhere near auction house prices. I'll have another one of them cloaks. I'll have that one. Exactly, choose a path and invest. See, I like the fact that I've actually fallen behind with my enchanting and alchemy, because I've not been so hardcore with them. I've done everything. I've done all the weekly stuff, but I've not pushed past that. And other people that have, I've fallen behind. And I like that you can do that. That you have to keep pushing if you want to stay on top, and like I am, I'm pushing as much as I can with the engineering to stay on top with that, and I am staying on top. To be honest, since late December, I only invest in Dark Moon decks, gold cap after gold cap, we're posting across the EU. A Dark Moon deck's even still a thing? You're still making gold off that now? Do you mean like flipping the cards? When do you find yourself buying materials, and then when are you flipping them? I've not actually been flipping materials. My engineering's so good. I've got so much knowledge points with it. I never need to buy materials at certain times or anything like I did on some of my other videos. Because I just have so much knowledge points that everything's profitable nearly all the time. Well, that is not a normal situation to be in. $11. That's really annoying pricing there. There's only 89 of these in the whole EU, and there's 11 on one server. We might just buy these few up. these prices are going to go down over time because these are going to all undercut each other. Because there's never going to be that many that sells on one server. And when these get down to about 2 to 3k, I'll just buy the lot up then. So, Aegwin, and I forgot where Zul'jun was. So, $15 bonus scopes. You are a streamer now. Well, I did sort of do some streaming before Dragonflight. It's just been really, really busy. Really, really busy since then. I have 185 points in engineering right now. How much do you have? So I have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, so I've got like 201 points at the moment. So I'm only slightly ahead of you, so you've done really, really well to be that close. Are you EU or US? Let's sort this. Oh no, I did mess up. I forgot to send those across. I've just been using up the rank freeze. That's... Yeah, that was very, very, very silly of me. That ate into my profits. Two. Right, I'll just grab some of these. Like, I can literally craft these things for the ammo all day long, and they just sell so fast. The price on these fires are getting crazy. I've not seen fires at 30, rousing fires at 30 gold since like the first 2 weeks of the expansion or something like that. So how many do I need? I've got 2,000 of those. Let's take 2,000 of those. Let's have 2,000 fires. Let's just buy to there. Get some... Right, so that's sort of 97 silver loss. I'll switch over. 13 gold, that's pretty crappy. The profit margins are just getting lower and lower every day, but it's still in a situation where it's worth doing. We'll have that. Take that, thank you. Ragnaros again was like Ragnaros is a big server, but it's probably the smallest full population server, and yet it's got all this transmog. And see even the region-wide sale average is 5,000. So I'm buying it for even less than that. It's a good deal. Right, we've got some scopes to sell, some rank 3 scopes. Oh, I miss selling these for 250k a piece. I'm EU, accidentally stumbled upon engineering early and I've been punching it ever since. Made some really good gold until you stumbled upon it. Till I stumbled upon it. I got world first in anything, how do you mean it? Till I stumbled across it. Well, not everything. I got world first in a lot of the stuff. But you're making decent gold with stuff you're making gold. Yeah, I mean it's still making gold, it's still... And that's the thing is, once you're ahead, as long as you keep pushing it, you're going to stay ahead and keep making gold from that profession. And if you've got limited time, then that's why I let the alchemy and the enchanting just slip behind a little bit, because they were always going to be more competitive anyway. Because they're the sort of professions that people just love to pick up. Your thoughts on racials becoming superior on some professions? I think it's fine having these little things that min-max, having these bonuses to skill and stuff, but I would say that because I'm the sort of person that's in a position that will just race change a character for that bonus skill if I want to. Like I did nearly race change this engineer a couple of times when I were getting close to breakpoints. That's fine, there's too much. These seem to be there used to only be about 50 of these on the region. It seems to be picking up a little bit now. Sitting around 300, 400k sales an hour though. That's fine. Ashenvale, so I'm going to leave that because it's Russian. We'll go to Hellfire and pick that one up, which is on this account, I think. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I will ever go back to crafting on the EU servers though, because I do think, even though engineering in particular isn't quite as profitable as it is on the EU, the EU is just so much more competitive on getting first to markets and stuff like that. I'm stuck between a Draenei and a Goblin because I have alchemy and dual crafting on the same character. Yeah, but you don't... Like, if you're not going to hit a breakpoint with it or anything like that, then there's no point in min-maxing to that degree. And at this point, even hitting a breakpoint is probably not going to make that much difference unless it's like a big breakpoint. Like that. I'm still getting used to logging in and things having sold overnight. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV before Dragonflight and it's rife with bots. Oh, believe me, you'll find the bots in WoW as well. Yeah, Mampy's got a good point there. Goblin has more use for racial than Draenei. That's jumping up a bit. Yeah, we'll pass on that one. I've got a feeling that one will drop in price over time. problem with Final Fantasy XIV is it doesn't have add-ons, so you have to do everything basically manually, so you have no hope of competing with bots. I mean, as add-ons, just not very developed ones like TSM. Yeah, I can imagine that being an absolute nightmare then. Yeah, that is a very, very, very crappy situation. I tried Final Fantasy XIV at one point. I just couldn't get on with the combat system. I didn't like the loading screens in cities. But it would have been nice to try out the economy and things like that as well. Oh, these are super cheap. Considering there's only 98 of these in the EU, getting these for less than 500 gold each is just absolutely crazy. Stormscale and Proudmoore. Yeah, we're slowly picking up on them sales now. It is only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, roughly, in the US though, so it's not really peak time for getting sales. But I don't actually mind that, because I'd rather not be competing against so many people to get the sale. What was this called again? Oh, going back to that. There's some benefit to not always trying to sell your stuff at the best time to sell your stuff. Have you tried BDO for crafting? It's god tier. Only thing is auction house is price controlled. Yeah, I mean I do like that we can do anything. And Blizzard's very, very hands off with the auction house in WoW. Right, where were we? Burning Legion and everyone's favourite server, Kaychak. Yeah, so if you're willing to, if you can get something that's profitable and you're willing to just sit here all day, just posting like this on these region-wide auction houses, you can really, really pump some good numbers. Where are we? Come on, guys, can't you just post at 1,000 gold as well? Goblin didn't fix my fully maxed file build though. I guess they are better for potions. Still struggling to make decent profits. Yeah, I mean, the problem with alchemy is it's probably, if not the most competitive profession, because it's the one that everyone's done for years and years. It was always going to be a struggle with a region-wide auction house as well. Oh, we got another one that's 30 gold. Like that. What we're looking at. It's plugged again. Oh, there it is. 30 gold. Region market value 21,000. Take that. You wouldn't usually pick up anything like that. That's those sort of things disappear so quickly. It's because this transmog's all quite new still, so not a lot of people are looking out for it. What's considered combat equipment engineering? Gear only or trinkets and sockets also? So you mean for this one, don't you, I think? To gain +1 skill for all their crafts related to equipment and their enhancements. Or is it this one down there again? It's this one, isn't it? So that one definitely covers bracers, and that one covers bracers, but bracers aren't going to get the bonus from that one or that one. Has this changed last patch, by the way? Because I'm sure when you used to click over to your spec tree, it used to stop crafting. Or is that just my memory? Should be a... Oh, not like that. I don't want that. There we go. Done well on that. Got a 500 gold one and a 30 gold one. How can you hold 1 billion gold? Do you have 9 WoW accounts? Mostly. So we've got Argent Dawn and Ragnaros again. It used to stop you crafting, they patched it, yeah. I thought so. It used to be annoying as hell. Function over 4, gear when you're crafting combat equipment. Right, let me just buy these and I'll have a look at it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the engineering thing. I just don't know the tree that well off the top of my head. So, function over form. Gear. Further improving the creation of combat equipment, gaining +1 inspiration for these crafts per point in this specialisation. See, it says further. It says further improved, which implies that it's building on that, which means it gives the same thing. But I honestly don't know whether that inspiration is going to stack towards your all your crafts from here. I wouldn't think that it would, but it only takes You could just put 1 point in there to find out to see if you get the bonus inspiration from it, from every single... I mean, the easiest way to find out would have been when I first unlocked it. Like you said, when you got the first bonus. But I don't know. I don't know if all that adds towards... It's not a lot. I mean, the inspiration's now... Even if it did add... That's 35. 35 inspiration, 40 inspiration, only 40 inspiration, 10 resourcefulness. And 5 skill. But I don't know about you, but I'm pushing towards more plus skill now. I'm maxing this out and then I'm pushing plus skill because I think we can get this quite close. We're never going to get 100%, but if we can get really close, then the proc chance to get the rank 3s just gets ridiculous. And I think that's how you make the most money with it. Right, where are we? Yeah, those got too expensive now. What's that? 400,000 we're up to in an hour. Oh, we've got a super cheap one there on Exeter. Super cheap, and then another one. On that server. Oh, there's so many. Absolutely nobody's going for these at the moment. You can tell by how ridiculously cheap these are, and they're just not getting picked up at all. $90 gold for that. Oh, we'll take that all day long, and that's one that I've sold quite a few of those ones at 50k each. Yoink. What's best classes for gold farming? Do you mean like 2x4? Because it's if it's 2x4, then it's always druid. But if you mean like mining and herbing, then pretty much anybody can do it now. Now that druids effectively lost flight form. Still going, that looks like it's not speeded up anymore. Yep. Right, where's someone's swiped that off me already. We'll take that Shattered Doors one, I think, because that's... on Boulderfist. Wait, are you multi-boxing and playing on all of the realms on multiple accounts? I'm playing on all the realms on multiple accounts, but I'm not multi-boxing. You can clearly see that I'm... controlling them all individually. So I'm not using any software to do stuff on them all at once. Storm scale as well. Yeah, so I've just got a bit of crafting on one, a bit of selling on another, and just buying up a load of transmog on the others. The flip. What's the best class for gold? Oh no, sorry. I see. I'm sorry. Don't multi-box was a poor way to describe it. No, it's an extremely common sort of misconception. So I all my bank characters are logged out in the same location. So sometimes I log them all in, and I get whispers like, "Oh, reported for multi-boxing" and all this sort of stuff. But if you actually watch the stream, you see I'm controlling them all individually. And Blizzard know that as well. People can report me all day if they want to. It's not gonna do anything, because Blizzard can see that I'm controlling them all. It was actually really nice when we could multi-box, just because of the reason that it was really nice, because I did use it for a little while just for posting my auctions. But you got to stop when they ban it. If you're sitting on so much gold on your account, it's not worth it just to save you just a little bit of time, risking your account over. Moonglade, where's Moonglade? Multi-boxing isn't allowed anyway, isn't it? It was last time I checked. Yeah, they banned it. It got banned because people were just abusing it in BFA. Like when people were just using it to farm like old materials and stuff like that, it was fine. But then people just took it to an extreme. And when you start interfering with like current content stuff, and you got masses of like 10, 15 druids flying around farming herbs in current content, then that's when you have a problem. And unfortunately for the multi-boxers, the people that actually just enjoyed multi-boxing and doing things like doing dungeons or farming odd materials, a lot of them didn't do that sort of stuff. That were just more people that were jumping on the bandwagon. But it's banned now and there's nothing we can do about it. Burning Legion, all done again. Same servers again all the time. What are those Dragonflight drops? Cosmetics? Yeah, it's literally all the new. There's just a shed load of new cosmetic items that they've put into the game. And I love cosmetic items. Especially ones where you know the supply of them is going to drop down over time. Because the value is going to naturally go up then, without me even doing any of the crazy sort of stuff that I do sometimes. What did we say after Burning Legion? What was the other one we needed? But it was all done, wasn't it? Twisted Nether. See, that's crappy pricing. You want to see them all at 750 and then just pick the lot up. So I did get it cheap, but I can't really do anything with it until those other two sell. What do you think about the Primalist, Frostblade, Earth, etc.? I think it's a really good one. I've been buying them up under 2k each. I did look at it, and I do think the transmog looks quite nice, and they are going to sell quite well. But the problem is the quantities on them is just too high. It would help if I could spell blade, wouldn't it? So you mean like these ones, don't you? But look, there's 573. So for what I do, that's just too many. I don't really want that number to be above 150. And because I'm doing it on the one server, that's fine because you can buy them all up. But I'm trying to get control of the entire market, and there are just too many of these. Like some servers with like 30 of them on. So I could buy that 30 up, and there could be another 10 the next day. And then a week later there could be another 10, and you just end up with banks and banks full of stuff. The limit that I've done it to is about when you've got about 250 on a region. And that was hard enough work, but that's impossible to get control of because the item's just too common. Right, where were we? Get to that. Huh. Yeah, for sure. I'm mainly on a single server, so it makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like to flip all of them across the whole EU and US, basically. Because you can make a lot more gold doing that. As you've probably seen, if you've seen any of the videos where I do it. It's just ridiculous what you can push the price up to when you have control of the whole market. And that's why I'm not that bothered, even if I think it's something that's going to sell well. Storm scale. Oh, we are lagging a little bit. Don't like it. I used to know a guy who multi-boxed with his auction house character sat there, and while he was running raids, his other account would be posting auctions via macros and TSM. Yeah, it would crazy some of the stuff you could do. And that's why it got banned. You must have a beefy machine. All these WoWs are running on like absolutely minimum settings. Like all the FPS is limited to 10. Unless it's one that I'm actually clicked on. And they've got like lowest distance, lowest graphic settings and everything. So that it's not that much of a strain. Doing the streaming at the same time is probably more of a strain. Right, that was Storm Scale. So what was after Storm Scale? Dragon Maul, Taran Mill. When do you think is a good time to get into start transmog flipping? I'm sat on around 500k gold and I'm concerned I'll run out of gold before I start to see consistent scales. You will run out of gold before you start to see consistent sales. It's such a slow market and it's such a long-term investment. So, like when I asked everybody to invest in those shoulders, like nearly a year ago, and people wanted to give up after about a month, and I bought them out, and now that stuff's worth 10 times that price, which is nice. But you're waiting for your gold to get your gold back for such a long time. It really, really needs to be like completely spare gold. Because what you're seeing here is I'm buying the absolute cheapest across the entire region. Some of these are like 50k, 100k, 30, 20, 30k. Like, you could be on any of these servers and it's hard for you to, like, if you're paying 10k for these, you're paying significantly more than I do. So it's also hard to get that value. You're best off just using a general sniper operation and just flipping whatever you can come across that's good. Right, we're going to make some more rockets. $50 a craft. Take that. Black rock. So there's absolutely tons and tons of these new transmogs, and a lot of them are armors. But I bet I've only gone for the absolute best of the best armor pieces because I can't have all this unique stuff. If you're just managing on one server, then it's not a problem. But when you're doing so many servers, messing around with all this unique, it just takes up so much time. So many markets shifting up and down in the past 2 days. What's going on in Awakened Elemental price? I know, it's crazy. I'm moaning about the fire prices earlier. They've basically just doubled. In the last couple of weeks. So there is some sort of rotation with the world quests and hyper spawning and stuff like that. It means that there's actually great opportunities for flipping materials, which isn't a bad is not a bad idea at all. There's some fairly easy but risky gold. So I'm going to pick up this one, even though it's like twice the price of these. But I'm not picking up these ones. That's a super low population server. Which means it's not likely that another one's going to come up anytime soon. So I can keep it posted at my max price for longer, and it pushes up the pushes up the region-wide price of the item. Whereas if you buy up stuff on a high population server, it's likely that there's going to be more come up on the auction house in the near future, and then you just have to keep buying it up again if you want to keep that price high. But on these low population servers, even if I never sell this one, it's helping push the price up for all the others that I'll eventually sell. Well, it's times 10 on EU, I think. Someone just bought a whole market. It wasn't me. It wasn't me this time. I have been tempted, but it's so risky because you have to sell so many of them, and there's so many people farming. It really is a. I'll do it at some point. Once I get to 1 billion gold, I will not care anymore about my gold. I will just do really stupid stuff and just not care anymore. Fine. This cloak is seems to be super rare. Unfortunately, it's a cloak and not shoulders, so it's not quite. As it's in demand, but still, if something's rare and it's a transmog, people will pay for it. So we've got 1 on Dalaran and 2 on Proudmoore. Still trying to recover from the Titan Orb crash. Lost several million overnight from enchants that did not sell well while I slept. Easily my worst experience in WoW professions today. Yeah, that was really crappy. There was absolutely no need for them to drop it like that. They could have said, oh, this is going to happen in a week's time. And he gave everybody a chance to prepare. Yeah, I mean, I lost like 1 million on it, but that's like... Some people have lost like literally ridiculous... lost their entire... what they've got saved and everything. It was just a really crappy decision just to do that overnight. There's no need. All they had to say was, oh, we're going to make this change in a few days or in a week's time or whatever. We're buying that cloak, aren't we? Oh, we are lagging a bit. See, even on minimum settings, my PC's melting a little bit. Can't carry any more of those because that's annoyingly unique. Oh no, we don't want that. So we picked up those, pushed up the price to about 8,000 gold, that's fine. Can live with that for now. There's no rush for me to be buying all this stuff up as soon as possible. I can just keep doing this, just keep taking the very cheapest ones off the bottom. And over time I'll end up taking over the majority of these markets. Again, like I've done with loads of other stuff. Ragnaros again. So there's only 95 of these. So every time I'm buying one of these up, I'm getting like basically like 1% of the market. Ragnaros Hellfire. Hellfire's there. Thoughts on resetting tiered medallion set and price? Quantity is low, but the price was at 1.2 yesterday. They sell like, yeah. It's resetting anything on a region-wide auction house is massive risk, massive reward, and there's no on stuff like this. There's just no way you can predict what's going to happen. Like I did that one reset on the that one little reset on the alchemy video, and it paid off ridiculously. But it could have backfired just as badly, and I could have just lost so much from that as well. Am I still going for that cloak? Going for them. Yeah, buying up materials when you know they're going to be cheap, and then selling them when you know they're going to be expensive. That's reasonably low risk. But trying to reset entire markets is extremely ballsy. I was looking at some markets, but we were looking at like 50, 60 million gold. And that's a lot of money to be throwing at it and hoping it sells. Yeah, it was brutal. Some people lost like most of their wealth. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because it was just beneficial. Like, you just carry as much stock as you can and just keep it on the auction house and just keep selling it and making more and more, and then everything's tied up in stock, and then when that stock just loses like 75% of its value overnight, it's absolutely brutal. Yeah, to say it wasn't, I'm still discouraged from gold making is an understatement. Hoping to continue staying ahead with enchanting for future updates and making it back and more though. Well, at least you've got that attitude. Like, a lot of the time when you lose a lot of gold, it's because you've done something wrong and you learn something from it. But like, there's nothing you can do in that situation. It's not even can be like, oh, I lost some gold, but I learned this lesson. Like you are most of the time. Like you can most of the time. But I mean, that's just Blizzard being an arse. Oh, these are super cheap. We're on this one for this. The best for resetting is still Missive on Firefly and Peerless. Cost around 1 million to buy it all. But you need to do it early morning or late at night. Can you? Only item you can buy for 200 gold and resell for 14k gold. Well, if you can do that, that sounds like you can make your money back quite quickly. And as long as you can get your money back, I mean, even if you end up sat on a load of missives that you can't do anything with, you don't care as long as you make your gold back and more. I don't remember anything as severe as that happening before. I've taken some big breaks from the game between Wrath of the Lich King and now, yeah. But it was just... It was such a high percentage of the crafting cost of those items, and then suddenly to take that and reduce its value by like 75-80% over a couple of days, it was just really, really crappy. Usually I have 15 to 20 minutes before someone shows... Oh, you mean before someone starts crafting? That's the problem with crafting stuff, though, because people can just... Anything that's crafted, people can just go to the auction house and buy more of it. And just create more. And cash in on the fact that you've reset the price. But you don't need long, like I showed in the alchemy video. I made like 12-13 million gold in like 90 minutes. You do not need long on a region-wide auction house, I guess, to be cashing in well. Yeah, my wows are struggling a bit now, I think. Oh no, cats are here, guys. I've reset Waking Stats enchant from 75 to over 1,500 gold multiple times. Also around $1 million to do. Yeah, I mean, that enchant is getting ridiculously cheap. At times. Yeah, I do think we got to the point now where maybe it is... time then for me to seriously start looking at these resets. Maybe we can do a reset live on stream and see how that goes. Oh, and that's so we're staying around 400, 500k gold in sales an hour. I mean, that's not profit, but it's fine. It's all good. Even if that's 100k an hour profit, you can't moan. How did you level your engineering to 100? Recrafting profession gear, where before it got nerfed. But I did the last. I think I did that the last 5 points after it had been nerfed. So you can go to 100 with it. It's just it's going to take a bit longer than it did before. But like with all professions, have a good look to see if you actually do need to level it all the way up, because a lot of them you don't need to level it all the way up, and I haven't done with a lot of mine because it's not cheap to do, and if you're not going to make gold off it, then there's no point in doing it whatsoever, because some of them are like a couple of 100k to really get leveled up properly. Who is it on Burning Legion that's just farming all this crap all the time? Wait, there we are. How often does Oribus Exchange get updated? I think it uses the API data, so it gets updated about once an hour. which is fine for like if you're doing general flipping like I am, which is non-competitive stuff. But if you're trying to get like really, really big ticket items, you're not usually going to get them through here because they just disappear off too quickly. What was we looking at again? Warden's Mace. Stop telling me. YouTube really, really wants me to put ads on. Just keep spamming me. Now is a good time to put ads on. Now is a good time to put ads on. Like, I don't even put hardly any ads on my video. Why am I going to put them on a stream? Right. I think I've been playing an average of 10 hours a day since launch. I'm so addicted, send help. 90% of that time is done from work though, which helps. You lucky, lucky person to be able to do that from work. Like, the best I've ever been able to do is my mission tables from work on my phone. And that felt legendary enough, just being able to do that. To being able to play the whole game, that's just like, I'm so jealous. Oh geez, we've been going for nearly 2 hours already, guys. That's absolutely flown by. Right. Pozzo and Drakful. You have to excuse my pronunciation. I'm not great with Italian words. Yeah, I work from home too. They're trying to get me to go into the office and I'm like, sorry, I can't. I've got a cold, so I need to stay home. Don't take it away from my well. It's a big thing at the moment though, isn't it? About people having to go back to the offices. It's like people have managed for years working from home and then suddenly, for some reason, people are saying, no, you just have to go back to the office because, you know, just because, even though you've managed to do your job from home. For the last couple of years with no problems whatsoever. And I get it. You must, like, I can understand it because your bosses just want to, like, keep an eye on you and everything, but it's so much better for people's work-life balance, and surely you're buying yourself so much goodwill as a boss. As long as stuff gets done, then why do you care? Oh. What do you do with all your farmed golds? I use it to make more gold and then more gold. And the whole process never stops. Oh, I think we killed WoW, guys. Yeah, it's completely arbitrary. Even when I do go into the office, usually once or twice a month, the vast majority of stuff is still done virtually because not everyone is in the office yet. I mean, it's just a complete waste of time. It's just, and it's a massive like, it takes so much more time in your day to, like, get ready to work, get to work, waste time on breaks at work. Like, you can easily add, like, an hour and a half onto your working day, which is time that's got nothing to do with your work. Whereas if you can just come downstairs in your dressing gown in the morning and just sit on your computer and do your job, but it's just so much more efficient for your time. So, Rackfall, that was the other one we needed. Hello, thanks for all the videos, appreciate the effort and knowledge. That's thank you for watching and thank you for popping by. Yeah, someone stole that already. How dare they? The main reason they want people to go into the office for us is because they spent loads of money refurbing the office and getting a new building. That's basically it. I think they've already entered the contract, invested too much money in the building. Otherwise, they definitely want to save money by getting everyone to work from home 100% of the time. Yeah, I don't get it, because like a company saves so much on their overheads having people work from home. Too bad bosses don't care about your time or convenience. They care about micromanaging their employees here. Basically, they care about justifying their own jobs. Like, and if everything's getting done and then having to watch over you, then why do they even have a job? I live right next to my office, but even living 15 minutes away, I have to get up like an hour earlier than I usually would, get dressed. Even being so close, it's still 1 to 2 hours. Yeah, I live 10 minutes from where I work. And like we said, same sort of thing. You lose like an hour and a half a day. That's not even work time, and it's so much of your free time gone. Oh, this is happening again, guys. We've just lost all the wows. Yeah, I'm pressing too much at once, aren't I? Let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it all back. There we go. Oh, you're getting not respondings now. I think it's straining me a little bit. I might not have to run so many wows in the future while streaming. Although we did have, didn't we have 9 last time I was streaming open at once? Although I suppose 2 of these are in Valdrakken, which is probably straining it just a little bit more. I forgot my YouTube username. I'm so dumb. Yeah, I forget. I have to write all my stuff down because I won't remember anything. On how many accounts do you play? I have 4 accounts on the US and 5 accounts on the EU. What's happening with WoW crafting? When I craft on 3 accounts, my 30 gigabytes of RAM goes from 16 to 32 in 25 minutes. Yeah, I've noticed it gets worse. I mean, look at this. This is just ridiculous. I can be playing on... Log out on your toon character, then log in after about 1 minute. Okay, let's try that. It's always this. I thought it was... It always seemed to be if I turn craft sim off, it seemed to help. But it's not usually this bad. So the streaming is putting some extra strain on it. But you're right, it does seem to be on the one that you're crafting on. When I checked my usage, it was using up like 75% of my RAM. I used to craft on 8 accounts, shuffle cloth items, but now I can't even do it with 3 accounts, because every 25 minutes I must reload. I think craft sim has really started slowing down my crafting because it's calculating all the stuff with it. Yeah, I noticed that, especially when like engineering, I'm crafting stuff that takes like a fraction of a second, and then you've got the potion that speeds it up, and it's so fast that craft sim's just like melting my CPU and my RAM. But yeah, I think it's a bit of everything really. It's not just craft sim. It's not just WoW. Anyway, let's get back to it. That's logging out. It'll probably log out in about 10 minutes. I can't remember. I've completely lost where I was with that item, so let's just move on to the next one. Soldiering, what was soldiering again? Holden. So out of practice, guys. I can't remember these servers. Or the EU ones in particular. See, this is speeding up already. As soon as I've clicked log out on that, this is speeding up. And I can feel the difference. Like, this was just feeling a little bit... Look how fast it's loading, just because I've logged out on that one character. So there's definitely something somewhere with it. I'm glad all you guys are saying you've had the same problems as well. I'll take these. Actually, I think I'm going to do... I don't really need to craft anything else. I've crafted most stuff I need. I've got enough stock on here to keep me going for a little while longer. So, for at least a couple of hours. So I think I'm just going to kill the crafting for now. Yeah, go away. I'd rather just try and keep things a little bit smoother. Those prices on that transmog, just give it to me, guys. I'm gonna take that as well because that is stupidly cheap. I'm coming to buy those in a minute as well. So, any suggestions for somebody starting out with 0 liquid, thinking of hitting my weeklies, but hitting up 2x4s for a bit? I mean, 2x4s or herbalism and mining, you just need to build up some liquid before you can do anything else. But even then, it's hard to do anything at the moment because, like, you can't really get into professions now because it's so competitive. Yeah, of course my cat's found something to kill in the background. Or one of them. What are you doing? You should press Alt, Control, Delete, and open operation system to have RAM usage icon outside. Never let your use. It's like everyone said though. It just seems to be after you've been doing it for a little while, after you've been crafting for a little while, it just seems to slowly push up the usage, and you don't even need. I mean, obviously, if you've got the icon, you can tell, but you can tell anyway when it's happening. It's really obvious. I know I'm streaming and it slows things down a little bit, but it has taken absolutely ages to get through all this. Kaychak and Ungoro. It's going well, thanks, Sam. How's it going with you? How can you analyse that graphics? Do you mean all this lot? The only thing I'm really looking at is the cheapest prices on the region. Memory leak and AAA game kek. I think people might argue that WoW's whether WoW's AAA game or not. Do you transfer gold between realms with pets or tokens? Don't use either of those methods anymore because there's just much easier ways of doing it now. You can just literally buy a grey item that's region wide, put it for sale on one server, and buy it on others. One of you guys just bought all this up on Kaychak. Was that one of you guys that just beat me to that? Yeah, surely there's at least one Kaychak player in the chat. From Storm Scale, and that's going to be the last one we do on this item. We'll take that. And we'll take it in. We've nearly done all the new Dragonflight stuff. But I'll probably have a look at the some of the older big markets See what's see how things are looking in those, because I've not looked at any of the old stuff for a while. Probably since Dragonflight came out. And you'd be surprised how much this stuff can change just in like a couple of months. That's fine, I picked up a load of those. There's not really any cheap ones, are them? Oh, this is nice. There's only 72 of those. They're really nice and rare. Look at that. There's hardly any on loads of servers. There's just one cheap one on Taran Mill. I'll pick that up. That. Oh, someone's swiped that one too. Maybe more people are looking at this transmog than I thought. There's a cheap one. There's a couple on Agrin as well. And there's the sales going on in the US. So those rank 3 capacitors. They're selling pretty well. And we are not responding again. Loads of bolts. Loads of bolts. Millions of rockets. Yeah, loads of those top rank. All of them have sold already. All of them at like 8,000 gold each. There's loads of them that are sold. What PC do you have? I can't remember the exact specs. The PC's fine. It's good enough to run 8 or 9 WoWs usually. Like some of the others have said though, just there's been occasional memory usage issues when crafting and stuff like that. Obsidian Fist. I think it's a lot easier to make gold on US than EU. US people seem way too lazy and rather buy game tokens for gold. Well, that's half the reason I went to start doing my crafting on the US realms instead of the EU. I've always done it on the EU for like 10 plus years or whatever. And just in Dragonflight I decided to go into US because, like you're saying, that prices tend to be higher and there tends to be less competition. everything I go to now, people have bought it up already. Oh, there we go. Take those. Take those. That's a lot to buy up, 5, but we'll have it anyway. Storm Scale and Burning Legion. Again, Burning Legion. And there's a couple on Nemesis as well. Right, we'll have those. And that. Oh, yeah, someone's already flipped that one. That's fine. So do you have one character on each realm just buying things? How's that work? What's there to gain? Well, there's gold to gain. You can. It's the best way to make gold is to be on lots of realms, because you can do this and buy the absolute cheapest of everything in the entire region and flip it. And the only way you can do that is if you've got gold on every realm. And you can now they've made the region-wide auction house, it's extremely easy to transfer gold between realms. You just go in the auction house. I can literally just go on the auction house, buy a junk item. So I could buy these. I could buy 9 of these off the auction house for 1 gold, and I could put these on the auction house for 1 million gold each. And because it's a region-wide auction house, I can then transfer that 9 million gold. Well, put 9 of these for 1 million gold each, sell them to another character for 9 million gold. And that's it, that's 9 million gold transferred minus 5% auction house fee. I feel like Inside the Blue is good regardless of what they might release in the future. It's it's definitely like a foolproof specialization to have. But like I said in the last video, I'm just mostly sitting on my knowledge points now because you just don't know where you're going to be. Like, Blizzard have given us absolutely no indication as to what's going to be happening with professions and stuff like that going forward. Well, that only works from characters that are on different accounts. Yeah, but usually if you're playing on lots and lots of different servers, then you'll have multiple accounts. Even if you don't need... Like, a lot of these I've only on about 20 servers each. But it's such a pain in the ass to list auctions on so many servers. It makes it so much faster if you have lots of accounts to do it with. And usually, if you're on many servers, then you're making so much gold, then the price of an account is just, it's insignificant, really. Maintenance gold cost of an account. Nemesis. Right, so that's... We've basically flipped through all of them. I mean, like I said, these are just the ones I'm after. It's not necessarily like... If I was flipping on a realm, then I'd probably concentrate more on the armors and stuff like that. Right, but let's have a look at some of the... the general stuff, see if there's anything worth flipping. Doesn't it work like WoW account 1 and 2 and WoW account has to be a completely new account? No, if you've got a WoW 1 and a WoW 2, you can buy and sell your own options between those. Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah, 400k each, that's... that's not really worth flipping. These are up to 400k as well now. That's shot up quite a bit. These were at like 200k last time I checked. Is there a good way to make 1 million without 2 accounts? I mean, you can literally... There's 100 ways you can make 1 million gold. You can just farm it. You can herb mine. 2x4 farm. Professions are just too competitive now, unless you really, really know what you're doing. $400k again. So you can see there, that's one person posting, that's not me either. Because the price is exactly the same on 12 different servers. I think that's my price there. I've got about half a dozen of these. Working 13 of these. And that's... People seem to have bit carried on. I thought some of this older stuff, people might have just completely forgotten about it. But it seems like people have been on the ball. Oh no, that's cheap. I'm having them. Just as I say that. Just as I say that. Yeah, I'll have them for 10k a piece all day long. $22, that's crazy. Yeah, so I'm getting 3 of these for the region sale average price. And these sell so well. Sold these for well over 100k each before. Times. God, I cannot type, guys. $42k, I'll take that. I think that's a French realm, if I remember. Yeah. Medium population French realm. And this is just a big advantage of being on so many servers, even though I'm paying 40,000 gold. It's still a fraction of the averages of what this is worth. Do you stream often? Well, this is the first stream in 4 months, so I am getting back to it though. I've just been so busy since there's been so much to do in Dragonflight. That I've just not had time. But hopefully at least once a week, hopefully twice a week. Probably at the weekends mostly, because I never work on the weekends, so. There's one there on Illidan's server, but Illidan's a super low population server. This is another one of the pieces of transmog from the island expeditions that's just massive. This is one of the most popular ones. I mean, I guess you can see why there. That's funny, my TSM accounting says I bought one on this server for 1,500 gold, 19k and 40k. It just shows how much prices change over time. Do you work in something related to finances, economics, or is it stuff like this is just a complete hobby for you? No, I don't work in anything related to finance or economics at all. Like, the complete opposite. How many hours you play doing this every day? Probably 3 or 4 hours a day. Like on my days off, then it can be a lot more. Sometimes a lot less. It's just like it looks like the sort of thing where you'd spend a lot of time doing it, but it's just about being efficient in what you do. Right. Let's put this one up. I don't know if this one's going to be any good though, because this is one that students just done a video on. So there might be a massive influx of these. Yeah, that price is... That's me. Selling it at 60k. There's none there that's worth buying. I used to pick these up so cheap, but then everybody else started making videos on it. Yeah, that's not worth the This is one that nobody knows about really. This thing, and I sell these at 30 or 40k a piece, quite regular, and you can pick them up for like 10 gold all the time. It's just some random green. I think it's like a BFA green or something maybe. That's Russian server. Blackmore and Doomhammer. Oh no, it's about 50k I sell these for. You can never be surprised about stuff that sells on the auction house and how much it actually sells for sometimes. Doomhammer. It's just... You can just find these random crappy items and the amount people are willing to pay for them. It just seems wrong sometimes. Especially when you're buying it at like 20 gold from the auction house. That's like vendor price. Oh yeah, I'll take 3 of those. So this is the sort of green that you'd probably just be running around and you just vendor it, not realising you can sell it for maybe get 50k for it. How long does that take to sell though? That's the problem. But anything transmog related is never going to be a fast seller. It's patience, I guess. But there's a lot of transmog that's just like absolute trash that has no sales value, that has value but it just never sells. It's just knowing the stuff that actually does shift. It's like the scythe that I looked at a minute ago. It sells for a decent price but actually sells quite quickly as far as transmog goes. But when you're only selling on one server, you definitely notice more when things aren't selling. Like, I bought those items, and I won't even think about them ever again. The only time I'll ever notice that item again is when it sells. And like you say, it can take a while. It might be 6 months, it might be a year. Holy crap, there's a lot of them on this server. I'd rather sell 20 Phantom Blades than 1 rare transmog, which takes 6 months to sell. Yeah, I mean, Phantom Blades, they just move so quickly. They sell even faster than, like, Felsteel Longblades. See, I'm not going to buy these. Even though this is like stupidly cheap, I'm never going to get to sell it. Because the only way I can get to sell it is if I buy all of them. And if not, then I'm waiting for these 2 to sell first. And then you're waiting for somebody else to sell 2 more transmog items before you can even sell yours. So even though it's ridiculously cheap and I'd make like 5, if like over 50 times my gold back, it's just not worth it because it's just never going to sell. Because at least in the other situations, when I put it on the auction house, mine was the only one there. But I'm not competing to sell again with transmog as well. But I will take 400 gold each, definitely. On Hellfire. And at the same time, I'm not going to buy like 7 items either. It's one thing to flip 1 item, it's a completely different thing to flip 7. Yeah, see, 2 I'll buy. Two's fine. Do you resell these on the same realms, or do you move items between realms? So I do occasionally move things between realms. I tend to stockpile things, certain things on Draenor EU. I don't tend to move things around the American realms. I don't have the stock on the American realms for it to be worth it. Because I haven't been doing the American realms for as long as I've been doing the EU realms. But if we just run to the bank on Draenor, I mean, I think I've emptied my bank out before Dragonflight, so I can't even remember. I've got like loads of random crap in my guild banks that have just been like, I've probably not looked in these banks for like, you know, these are like 350k each, and I've got what, like 10 of them sat there. These are all like 100 to 200k gold each on those. Just some other transmoggy bits. Yeah, I mean, this is... So what I used to do is I used to bring... If I'd have loads of something and it was worth bringing them onto Draenor... Oh, I forgot I had all these. Completely forgot about these things. Some more shoulders. Loads of those things, loads of mounts. Got a few more mounts. Like this thing just used to be full of mounts and everything. Obviously, it's fairly empty now. Load that. Take a couple of those out. Yeah, so sometimes I used to centralise things onto Draenor, bring it all to Draenor, and then you can spread it out from there if you've got it all centralised in one location. Will Azor Weave go up in price after the real cooldown being active now in 10.0.5? That was something I was thinking about as well. I was even tempted, this stuff that I'm selling here, the cloth I'm selling here, I was tempted to not even sell it and just leave it in banks. But the best way to see this as to what's going to happen is if we go on like the rank 2s, what we need to keep an eye on is we want to see if the total quantity available is going down over time, because now there's less coming into the market. So yeah, that's fine. The cat's just ripping my sofa apart in the background. So what we want to see is, because there's less coming into the market now, because the cooldowns are finally working properly, like you said, the price might go up. And what we want to see is we want to see these quantities slowly going down over time. I mean, you can see, look, since Wednesday, it's literally dropped down here, but it's been this low before. So it's nothing new. We want to see if it's consistently going to drop, and we don't know that for the next few days. But you would think it would be a common sense conclusion to say, yeah, the price of these can hopefully go up a little bit now. Or even if it doesn't go up, just stabilise where the profit margins are. Because I don't know what you're like at the moment, but I'm getting about 500 gold-ish. Just short of 500 gold, I think, per transmute. I was thinking about to buy all the Azor Weaver 10 million, so to dictate the price. That is a big, big risk. Because, like, you don't know how much an effect it's going to have on the market. You like you said though, you think it would pull the price up because there's less going in, but there's a lot on the market, because you've not got to think, it's not just one rank you've got to buy. If you buy all the rank 2s, then they'll use the rank 3s or the rank 1s. So you've got to buy all of them. And then even if you buy all those, then you have to think about, well, there's plenty of the items in the market that are actually used. So like the enchants that you use to go onto the legs, if you don't buy those out, then even if there's no supply going into the market, there's still a lot of the things that's used to make. That cat's making the right racket. Yeah, it's not just, you can't just go, oh, I'm going to buy all these out. Oh, that's actually really cheap. 3.7 million. That is super cheap. That is a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. What about... Holy crap, you could actually buy them all out for like you... Should I drop skin and get enchanting for gold making? You probably won't make a lot of gold. If you're trying to make enchants and stuff like that, you probably won't make a lot of gold off it now. What cooldowns are now okay? The cooldowns for tailoring and alchemy actually seem to be fixed now. And actually seem to be working, whereas before you could do all sorts of... You just seem to randomly get it back. And some people were really abusing it and making the amount of cloth that goes into the market be absolutely ridiculous, which was pumping the price down, which was really disappointing for those of us that invested a lot of time in getting a lot of alts with this. But hopefully now, like you said, the price will go up on these. And how much Azure Weave is still in the bank on some accounts. Yeah, that I always go by the... If you're trying to do a reset, I always go by, can you afford to buy out everything at least twice and not care about the amount of gold that you could lose from it? Like, if you have to buy everything out twice and you're using up like 75% in your gold, then you're in a really vulnerable position if people just start dumping it on the auction house. Because that's the first thing I do if somebody resets the market I'm in. If they reset the market up to like 1,000 gold, I'll start from 200 to 1,000. I'll start dumping them on the auction house for 600. And I'm selling for 3 times the price that I was an hour ago. And it's forcing that person to buy it up, or they're going to lose everything they've done, or lose the majority of the reset. With your like 800 million, you could easily do it. Yeah, I know I could, but I'm being more cautious than I usually would be at the moment, and that's just because I want to hit that 1 billion gold. If I wasn't trying to hit that, then I would, like I said earlier, as soon as I hit 1 billion gold, I don't care anymore. I'll just do absolutely stupid stuff with the gold. But I just want to get there. And unfortunately, that means being careful for a couple more months. Right, let's... No results. What have I done wrong? Oh, Dragonflight. We want Shadowlands, of course we want Shadowlands. Right, so this is the markets I'm known for. I'm just checking out that nobody's putting things on silly cheap. Oh, someone put one up for 225 gold. Why? Sell these for 600k each, I sell these for. And they do sell. I only sold one the other day. 300k is cheapest one. There you go. They can see my auctions. All them there. Second, let me just click on these because these are going to log out in a minute. Yeah, so 100k, that's... Yes, I can hear you, cat. Yeah, 100k is too much for me to be spending to flip. I bought most of these for like a fraction of that. Yeah, I can hear you, cat. So can everyone else. That's the one we're just looking at, the constructs one. It's such a nice transmog. 160k is the cheapest one. Thanks for coming, Jill, bro, and supporting and watching. Must be dinner time for cat or wants pats. He just wants attention. It is like the biggest attention whore cat I've ever known. Solve. I think I need to put my price up on some of these. So what's this? This is Soul Feeder one. Let's have a check of this. I think I'm selling this one for 200k, and if you look here, mine are some are actually... I'm selling at some of the cheapest. Let me check. You guys have to close your eyes while I look at my TSM stuff, because my TSM is so ugly. So amateur. Yes, that's a 2. Yeah, my basic price is 200k. I need to put my basic price up on this again. I need to put my price up on this transmog. Like, if you watched the video the other day, you saw I was already making like 10 times my return on this. But you can see here, I'm the one that's actually holding the price down here at 200k. Everyone else has gone up even higher. Some people are selling that one at 300, 400k. I mean, this ain't going to sell. Yeah, I need to look at that. Because the number available on the auction house has really really dropped down as well. These are just getting rarer and rarer over time. It's not actually going to be a bad idea if you could find a reliable way to farm these now. Because even the common ones are... Even the common ones, I'm selling them for up to 100k sometimes. And that's just from killing the rare. Yeah, look, it's me again, holding down the price. Like, there's a few people below me, but the vast majority. How easy is core for you at level 7? I've got no idea. The problem with these is they're so rare from just doing random stuff. It's really hard to sort of farm them. And that's why I target them so heavily, because I knew once everyone left Corphia that the supply of these things were just going to go like absolutely. So this is the only one that I didn't manipulate the market on, because there's just too many of them. None drop from There are ones that drop from Torghast, but they're all bind on pickup ones. All the tradable ones. They drop from like the chests and stuff around the Corphia zone. Do you know, like all those purple sparkly chests and stuff? All that chest you go to where you have to get the keys, the free keys, and you can open it once a day. It's all that sort of stuff. but you're just really limited on what you can. Price on them is absolutely crazy. Absolutely madness. Look on that one. That is literally just all me. I must have like 75% of them on the whole EU on that particular item. So these are the ones that people got more invested in. These are the ones from Zereth Mortis. The cloak ones you got from the what do you call them? The boxes when you get 10k extra rep. And I bought up a load of these as well, hoping those prices would go up, but it's not really worked out as well. There's just too many of them. There's like nearly 300. Like I said earlier, I like to be targeting stuff that's 150 or below. It makes it easier to keep control of the market. Oh god, YouTube really wants me to run ads for you guys. It's never done this before. It's like just popping up like mad. Run ads, run ads, run ads. This is the one that was cost. I think I did it on the last road to 1 billion gold video. We're down to like 4k each or something when I started buying these up. And I sell them at 100k now, so you can see it on mine here. There's nothing there that's worth. I'm not buying them up for 20k each. I'll just wait for those to sell. I've got like 800 of these or something to sell. Oh, forgot to post auctions. Yeah, I've not been posting my auctions enough. Those sales have really been dropping off. Death enveloped. How do you get so much gold on every server? I started by to start the process. I started on Draenor EU, and I just got loads of pets, and I made loads of gold in BFA. At the end of BFA, I made loads of gold and just bought pets because that was the only way you could transfer gold then. Transferred like 10 pets to each server. 10, 15 pets maybe. Just to get like 10, 20k gold. And all of these, that's all they've been. They started with 10, 20k gold at the end of BFA, and now there's just like there's just loads of stuff on all of them. I mean, that one not so much, but some of them have, like, I've had multiple gold caps off some of them before. Just from flipping, just from what you've seen me doing, where you just buy the stuff up cheap, list it on the auction house, it sells, but you're selling for like 10, 20 times the gold you paid, and you just rinse and repeat that process over and over again. And flipping is the most insane way to make gold in WoW. Nothing even comes close. Do you have an account name Trollbane on Arcommand? Just wondering. What, the character name's Trollbane? All mine are called Kaychak. So on the EU, they're all called what are they called? I can't even remember now. On the EU, they're called Kaychak EU, and on the US, they're called Kaychak YouTube. And they're all called the same thing on every single server. When you make a second account, do you have to buy a sub with real money for the first month, then gold after? I think you might be right with that. It's been so long since I've made a new account, I can't remember. But I think you might be right. I think it's a pain. I'm sure. Just a minute. Let me have a look. No, I think there is a way around it. I'm sure there's... I'm sure there's a way you can... You can just buy game time, can't you, directly off the shop? So I've done it before. I'm sure I have. It's an option that's really hidden away. You really need to look for it. I'm just scrolling through the store now and I can't even find it, but I know it's on there. I'm sure it's on there. Shop. Yeah, I can't find it. It is on there. I'm sure you can buy 60 days game time with... Yeah. So you can buy 60 days and you can use tokens for that to get the first one. So you'd use Recruit a Friend to create an account. Then you could buy it. Then you could use this to get game time. I'm sure you can do that. The only time I think I've actually had to really pay for it is when I created an account on the US region, when it's a different region, and then it's a bit more complicated. Is transmog the best type of item to start flipping with? Well, I actually started with pets. Pets used to be really, really good, just because of the fact that they could be used to move gold around as well. And the good thing about pets, they are slow selling. They're even probably worse than transmog in a lot of ways. But if the price on a pet gets low, then you can just move it to another server where it's higher. And so it's really hard to lose gold. The only way you can lose gold selling pets is if you have pets that plummet in price, and the only pets that tend to plummet in price are ones from the current expansion. Anything that's sort of older than Dragonflight, the price on it tends to be fairly consistent. But the only problem is a lot of your gold gets tied up in pets for quite a long time sometimes. Right, where were we at? Well, transmog's nice because you get so much of it that's just like ridiculously cheap. And sometimes you can pick up something like this crappy item. You can just buy all of these on your server, and you've only got to sell one for one lot for what, like 700 gold, and you've made all your gold back. That's the item I forgot the name of. Yeah, so I did a video about 7 or 8 months ago. I can't remember what I called it, but it's basically what I would do if I lost all my gold and I had to start doing it again. And basically it was a case of farming up a load of pets, transferring them across servers, pretty similar to what I did anyway. And there were a couple of people that actually tried it and managed to There are a couple of people that tried it and did manage to make quite a lot of gold from it. I wish I could have tried it myself and had time to do it, but we can't, as on top of everything else. But yeah, a few people did talk to me, a few people did try it, and a few people did get to a point where they were making sort of like $1 million+ gold every week from it. But it's even easier to set up nowadays because you don't even have to do all, like, back then you had to get all these pets, move them across servers just so you had gold on those servers. Nowadays you can just transfer the gold quite easily just using those trash items like I showed you earlier. Right. There's a few of these that sell quite well as well. It was the BFA transmog that really started me off and got me like my first 100 million. So you still get the odd one that pops up. So someone's got it already, but for like 100 gold. Because when you put something on the auction house and there's not one on there already, it just defaults to a really, really low price. So if you're not paying attention, it just goes up for 100 gold and someone's going to pick something up like that for 100 gold. It's like, you can sell that thing for like 150k. Hi guys, any old raids for raw gold farms that you recommend? I cannot help you on that one whatsoever, I'm afraid. I have absolutely no idea about farming old raids. Maybe somebody in chat can point you in the right direction. Yeah, there's just... See, people are so used to these markets now with this BFA stuff. There's just nothing that's worth picking up, but you've seen, like... When I was doing the Dragonflight stuff earlier, there's just so many good deals around. And that's it, just get into these markets early, and... There is a bit more risk involved, but it's just... You can pick up so many good deals. You just make so much gold in the long term. Because like all that stuff I bought today, it's not going to make me gold. Like, I probably won't even break even until like the end of Dragonflight, but in the long term, it's just going to make ridiculous amounts of gold. Right. $108. No. Just checking them out as well. See, some of these mounts have really dropped in price as well. I don't know if because it's a bit harder to farm in Dragonflight botting, if a lot of them are botting these old mounts, but the price on these have really come down, and the price on mounts doesn't tend to, Like, if anything, the price on these should be going up at the moment. Because no one's going to be farming them because you can make so much gold in Dragonflight. So it doesn't make sense that the price on these is going down. Because the demand from, if anything's gone up because there's more people playing. You've got more people playing, it's a higher demand. Lower supply because there's better gold per hour in Dragonflight. Yet the price is going down. Which doesn't make sense, so you think maybe they're getting botted or something. They're cheap. There's so many of them though. Although that one's actually... that's not too bad. Like, the amount of these things is absolutely crazy. Like, what's happened there? The amount's just doubled. Like, there used to be quite a good seasonal flip those, but there's like 10 videos out telling people to do it now, so you just can't do it anymore. The same with this used to be a good flip as well. The Valentine's one, these should be at their peak price now. You can still get these for like less than 100k. Like, that's absolutely crazy that you can get them. You can get the Lovebird mount for under 50k at the end of January. It's these stupid YouTubers putting videos out about stuff, isn't it? What's your opinion on the Brutasaur? Do you think Blizzard should bring it back outside of the impossible black market? Yes. So even though... so I have the Brutasaur on the EU. I do not have the Brutasaur on the US, and it is definitely a big advantage to those that do have it, which doesn't seem fair in a competitive environment. Because it's so easy to cancel scan. Like, you can do it all day from here and you never have to move. And it's just more time consuming to do it from this side, and you're losing time when you cancel scanning, running between the mailbox, etc. So I think it just needs to be in the game just for fairness, and it would be nice if they put it on the trading post, but we'll have to see what happens. Oh, that's a lot of cancel scanning. You don't say. Would be nice if they even bought it back with gold. Yeah, I would literally pay like 20-30 million gold for it on the US realms, because it's just such a quality of life improvement. And it is an advantage. You can, when you're playing half with it and half without it, you can feel the advantage that it gives you. And of course, that's got nothing to do with the selfish fact that I'm having to cancel scan on the US realms at the moment and run backwards and forwards to the mailbox every 5 minutes. Of course, that's got nothing to do with it whatsoever. Right. Is there a quick way to check which battle pet a player owns that are worth something other than put them in a cage and check? Let's just log in a sec on there. So if you've got TSM, oh, of course, and you've got like and this is like TSM pet. I can't remember the add-on names. Let's have a look at the add-on names. Rematch and rematch TSM pet values. And then you can filter on here and just filter it by tradable, so then only your tradable pets are going to show up. And then literally your region-wide prices are there, and you can just scroll down to the bottom or to the top or whatever. It's just a nice, easy way to see if you've got anything that's actually worth anything on the auction house. I mean, there's much more fancy stuff that you can do this, but I'm not going to go through all that. I've sort of gone out the market for pets quite a lot now. But that's not to say it's not a amazing market to be involved in. Right, guys. I did not realise how late it had got. I think I am actually going to have to go now. Thank you all for coming along. I am going to try doing this more regular. Hopefully, I can try doing one at the weekend as well. Because everything I've done on the EU realms today, with finding all these items, I need to do it again on the US realms as well. And you need to do it like every week or two, just to stay on top and take control of those markets. So I need to do all that. I need to do my gold making, etc. as well. So hopefully see you guys at the weekend then. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.